Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at a message that is meant to find you right now. And to do this reading I will be pulling out 3 cards from this deck, but of course if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. Alright, so let's get straight into it. I see the 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2, and pile number 3. Let's see what we have. For pile 1, you've got the horse and bluebell. For pile number 2, you've got the antelope and wheat. And for pile number 3, you've got the hare and oak. If you, of course, prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, then let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you've got the amethyst. For pile number 2, you've got the Lodalite. And for pile number 3, you've got the green moss agate. And this is what your crystal looks like. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. In case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It will always guide you to the messages that you're meant to hear. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your signs, then as you know, this part of the introduction was created specifically for you. In a moment, after some shuffling, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's pull out the signs for pile number 1, the signs for the first pile. And the signs are Scorpio, Leo, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Signs for pile 2 are Cancer, Virgo, as well as Libra and Aries. And the signs for pile number 3 are Sagittarius, Gemini, Taurus, and Pisces. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3, of course. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your piles using other placements in your chart, please feel free to do that. Of course, and once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. As you know, today, let's take that one. Today, we're taking a look at a message that is meant to find you right now. These are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of them, I also feel this one, so I'm going to take it. You'll find that I always list them down in the description box for you guys. I know sometimes like I may miss a deck that I forget to list, or I'm like looking for its name when I'm editing. Maybe I'm not at home when I'm editing, but I always go back and list them. All right, so look at that green card. I feel like it's meant to come out for you. So my dear pile number 1, let me introduce your pile to you. Another green one is glaring at me, so I'm gonna take it for you. Your crystal is the beautiful Amethyst. Your significator card is the Horse and Bluebell. And then with the keyword Modest Fortitude. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Scorpio, Leo, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. The people who pick their piles using their intuition find that they always find the reading that they've intuitively picked is the right one, despite the fact that the zodiac signs may not match. So don't worry about it. Some people prefer this method and others prefer the other. Okay, so your cards are pretty much ready. Let's take a look at them. You've got, here we go, Celebration. Ooh, I love this for you. With the magpie. So nice. Okay, you've got Clan, Animal Totem. With Claiming. Wow, I love your energy. I really wonder what your message is going to be, but it seems like it's celebration of great work. Maybe even some hard work that hasn't been announced before because of the horse, Modest Fortitude. The horse is known to be a hard worker, but is also modest, doesn't speak much about it. And I'm getting this idea from Animal Farm. They were the hard-working animals in the farm, but they didn't brag about it. So this is where I'm getting this idea. And the bluebells are a symbol for the throat chakra. So now there's like announcement, attention. Pile number 1 has done this work. Everybody, you've got everybody's attention here. And people are celebrating you. At least this is my initial idea of your pile. Let's take a look at what message is meant to reach you in full. Ooh, so you've got Idun, really nice. Something about you being revived, your reputation being revived because of the goddess Idun. But let's see. Whoa, position of authority with throne. I'm telling you, there's something about your position, your reputation, your respect. You're definitely getting everybody's attention here. Clan, Animal, Totem, attention, something like that. You've got Love. Older Man. Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. If I can totally do that, yeah. And then, whoa, you've got Wealth. This pile. My God, okay. Yeah, there we go. And you've got Wall, misunderstanding, right. Then, whoa, you've got Thor. My God, this is powerful energy, no question about it. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. It's interesting that you've got Older Man right next to Idun. which is about to revive and bring him back to youthfulness. And I don't know how that fits into your reading, but the synchronicity is crazy. Let's see. So you've got the 5 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. Perhaps the cards were stacked up against you at some point. You've got the 4 of Wands. Look at it. Now stacking up for you. But you want to be careful as well with the House of Cards. I really feel, I don't know if you can see that, but there is a card sliding out at the end. So, 2. So I'm going to take them. I won't reveal them now. Let's keep them here, but we'll reveal them in due time. It's just that they were grabbing my attention. You've got the King of Swords with Humpty Dumpty. So there's something about being on top, but you want to still be careful. This is my dog, if you hear any background noise. He's with us today. You've got the World card, where Alice has finally reached the end and was promoted queen. Talk about positions. Ooh. Yes, you are leveling up. You were trying to reach a specific position, a specific place in life. Perhaps for some of you it has to do with career and money. Not necessarily, but money is definitely involved. And as you were trying to reach this height, this position, this goal, I would say, and even if this is not your work, you were trying to reach this goal, you were constantly getting disappointed. Sometimes it goes right, but most of the time things were dropping, and you were still working quietly. The awesome thing about this pile is that they were working quietly, and you're like, I feel like you were like, okay, didn't work. Let's try again. And you kept working, and you've been working on this hard with Thor, hard, powerfully, fighting through it for a long time with older men. You've been at this for a long, long time. Sometimes you felt hurt because you felt like you were rambling aimlessly, like you were trying so hard, but was it going somewhere? Like there were obviously some results, but I feel like you almost felt like what you wanted was out of reach. I feel with the rambling aimlessly, what I've said could have been right, but I'm getting another idea with almost there. I'm getting the idea that your days were starting to look the same. And I feel that this is saying that it was taking so much of your efforts, so much effort, that you were feeling tired. So this or that, please take it how it resonates. But in any case, it was causing a lot of heartache to you. Whether this is you feeling like it was not taking you anywhere, whether this is you feeling like you still had to continuously put in so much hard work and constantly feeling like you're almost there, but not there. And you, with the wheel, felt like you had to keep going and going and going and going and going. Like there is this idea of, yeah, till when, going until when, and to get what? When is it going to happen for me? Well, attention, my dear pile number 1. Things are now about to change. And while you're going to great heights, you're about to be promoted, by the way, for some of you, or you're about to be in a more powerful position, depending on what this goal is. Attention. Although this is what you've been trying to reach and you're nearly there, be careful. The fall from up there is painful. This is not to scare you, but this is to show you that you don't want to depend too much on this great level up until you solidify it. Because in the very beginning of this level up, the foundations could crumble with the House of Cards. That does not mean that it will, but it means that you want to celebrate the fact that it's there, but to take your good time to strengthen this foundation. Because once it's strengthens, you won't be so vulnerable in falling. And once there's a huge fall, it's a crack. No one was able to put Humpty Dumpty back again. That doesn't mean you can't put your situation back up again at all. Does not mean that. You always have a hand. You can always do something about it. In fact, you've got Idun here who constantly helps the god who are getting older to feel young again. So this is not in any way saying that you can never like rebuild this high place. It just means that it's going to be, if you're not careful, a frustrating fall. And you don't want to get there because you really worked hard for this. Very hard, in fact, with Thor's hammer. Very hard. You put in all your hard work and effort. So now in this place where once you felt like the cards were stacked up against you, you didn't understand why there was such a long block, a long way. Now you're going to feel like money is raining down on you, like it's the weather, like it's your everyday weather. It's just naturally happening. It's raining down as you're sleeping, as you're awake. You're going to have so much wealth. You're going to celebrate this next period of your life. There's going to be so much attention on you. And the hard work that you have put in will be revived. It will feel in a moment of time like it was all worth it. That everything you ever put in was so worth it. The moment is going to taste good. And consider it as your message, your beginning, not your end. Claim it. But don't yet depend on it. Solidify it before you can depend on it. So, yeah, expect a lot of attention, a lot of love, a promotion, a level up, because it's the Four of Wands, a huge level up in your life. And everything is going to be so worth it. There's a throat chakra. With the blue bell here, there's an announcement. There is talks about you. There's a lot of people celebrating you. But you want to be careful. What are you supposed to be careful with? Let's take a look at these two cards. Casket and Jug. Light-hearted, carefree time. Yes. Okay, that makes so much sense. Someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. It's so clear. Don't make light of the hard work that you have been doing moving forward just because you've now leveled up. Yes, you have. No one can take that from you. But as we've been saying over and over, it's still not solidified. And so if you take it lightheartedly, if you don't treat it with the same respect and honor and modesty as you have before, just as easy as it came, well, it didn't come in easy, that's for sure. Just as it came in, it can easily go out of your life. And so you don't want that. All I'm saying is your cards are showing you that you want to, yes, enjoy it. Absolutely. Please enjoy it. Please enjoy it. Please take some time to smell the roses, to enjoy it. But don't yet depend that it's solidified. Okay, I think I've made this part very clear. And because in the next phase of your life, the advantages that are coming with this level up are really going to fulfill your soul. There was a time where you were so frustrated and tired of this hard work you've been putting in. But now the advantages, the great fulfilling advantages that are coming in will really make your soul feel revived. Like it was so worth it, that you're not tired anymore. Okay, so let's now complete your message and see what is meant to reach you right now with regards to that. So you've got the Fool card, right? The Eight of Swords. The Ten of Swords. The Four of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups. All right, so 1, 2, and we can pull these 4 out. Okay. The Sun card and the Four of Cups. Interesting, because Alice was just, I don't want to say graduated. She just got that position, right? Upgraded. The Four of Cups. Okay. Interesting that these two are right next to each other. And you've got the Tower card as well as the Moon card. Look, where you're going higher up. So we've heard everything about you are hiring up. You're going to keep it. If you're careful, you're going to keep it. And that new position, the new advantages that are coming with this position, everything by time, if you take it slow, will solidify for you. And you will be able to enjoy it without the risks involved, right? We did see that. It's a beautiful new chapter of your life. You're really going to celebrate that. You're going to love the sound of the great news because of the magpie. You will really be honored, celebrated, loved. You will get everybody's attention, the right people's attention. It's going to be great. Now, let's talk about this new chapter that you're going to get in. It's just like following Alice into the rabbit hole. There are really awesome things that you've never seen before that you're going to see. But then there are weird things that you're going to see and wonder about and go, what is that? That's weird. That's not what happens. That's not how the dynamics works. That's not how things work. Well, in this new chapter, things are going to be a bit different than what you're used to. Very, very much different, because you're getting access to like a level up, maybe even wealth, maybe like definitely wealth that maybe you haven't accessed before. So with that new chapter, you will see so many weird things. Weird in a good way and weird in a way that might be uncomfortable for you. So let's take a look at both. As you level up, you're going to be amongst the people who are already in that level up, and initially they may not really like that you've leveled up with them, or that this tight community is becoming a bit bigger now. 3's a crowd in their point of view. And so you might like feel a little bit of, I would say nothing is going to happen except mental pain because of the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. You might be irritated at best and in a lot of mental pain at worst. But remember, with this 4 of cards here, we remember that this pain is really not due to anything serious happening. Because when Alice asked about why the mock turtle is sad, the answer was there was no real reason why the mock turtle should be sad. So, yes, will there be people up there that may not fully like the fact that you're shining bright now and you're amongst the privileged, that they can't really do anything about it. So they might be like doing silly mind games, like as the White Queen and the Red Queen would do to Alice, they would pretend like she's not there or anything of that nature. I really get the guidance for you of not indulging too much mental energy on the pitiful things that they're doing. If it really means anything, it just means that they're not secure. So will they really be able to harm you or do anything past that, like actually take action to disrespect you? No, nothing extreme, just passive aggressive. And I'm getting the guidance for you here of not suffering, of not letting yourself suffer because of that. Don't pay much attention. You know, when people act like that, they really feel insecure. Don't put much attention. Yes, of course, protect yourself whenever you can, definitely. But don't put beyond that much mental energy into it and make yourself suffer with no reason. And that's exactly what I'm seeing in your cards here. It's literally saying there's no reason to feel sad and suffer. In fact, the Four of Cups is guidance towards apathy. Like, don't put your emotions and mind there, and you shall be great. You'll be able to enjoy this new journey. Don't put your mind there. Don't give it attention and energy, and thus they won't feel this attention or energy, and they will not have much to play with. In fact, if you want to isolate them, don't give that energetic or emotional or mental energy. Don't put energy into it, and they won't really have anything left to play with. So that's the first guidance that I see here as your message that is meant to reach you as you enter this new chapter of wonders. The second thing here with this specific moon card is that you will have many people who try to lure you in to take what you have, to take a bit of what you have, or maybe even all of what you have. And thus, there are two things that you're guided to do: to take good care of your money, of your energy, and to move, like, be guarded with your money, with your time, with your attention. Don't just jump into anything. As long as you take your good time, that you're very stable and you protect what you have, well, take your time to think about it, take your time to ask, take your time before you take a decision, as well as the second advice that I'm going to give you in your cards. You will be thriving with the Knight of Cups. You'll be happy. You'll feel like you're living a dream. So what's the if you don't, then you might be an easy prey for the people who prey on the ones who have privileges like that. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part of your reading, so that you don't fall prey, and so that you can enjoy this beautiful new level up and chapter, is that when it's time for you to speak up and say, no, I don't like that, don't be afraid to speak up. And that's what Alice is doing here in the Tower card. It's one of the most empowering Tower cards I've seen. It's one of the ones that I really love. Alice here doesn't like what's the dynamics, what's going on here, and she flips the table. She goes, no, I don't accept that. I will not allow this to happen any longer. So reserve your energy when it's time to reserve your energy. When people are expecting you to move fast and want something from you or pushing you, don't budge easily, and think about things well. And when people are expecting you to be complicit and are trying to be disrespectful, then set your boundaries and go no, so that you can preserve that calm energy. And so don't be pushed. In any case, you're advised to stay stable, because movement in the beginning will make you fall. So you want to move slowly, you want to think well, you want to study things, you want to be careful before you pay anything or follow anything, because it is a new chapter where you're so excited. So yeah, when it's time to reserve your energy and not give any attention, then it's time for it. When you feel like it's time to say no is no, and not be afraid to shake the table, then do that. Exactly. If you follow this advice of not playing the game with people, of preserving your energy, of saying no when it's time to say no, you will enjoy this new chapter of your life immensely. And you won't be going through the same mistakes and the sufferings that the new people who get into the rabbit hole usually fall from. And that's why you have the House of Cards here. If you set your boundaries properly in the beginning, if you are known from the very beginning as someone who's careful with their position, careful with their money, careful with their step, you won't easily fall prey to these types of people, nor these types of people. Very early on, you will be respected and your power will be seen as always well. Your modesty will make you shine bright because your hard work will be speaking for itself, but at the same time, not speaking about your work is very different than not speaking up for yourself when it's time to speak up. If you do speak up, you will preserve your wealth, you will preserve your image and how wise you appear, and you will preserve your position. Be careful that you will be among scavengers. You know, the magpies are known to be scavengers. So it's not the time to be innocent with the fool. It's a time to have your energy preserved and strong, very strong. To do that, all your advice to do is to move slow, preserve your energy, and when it's time to speak up, it's very important that you do. I think I've explained that part well in the cards. I feel like you have one more card left here, so let's take that. In any case, in this new chapter, you will definitely feel like you're revived, that you're feeling younger, that you're glowing, and that everything that you worked hard for has come to life finally. Look at that. The 5 of Pentacles. Can you see your card? Sorry. There we go. My apologies. The 5 of Pentacles. So this is very interesting. Your reading keeps talking about your new beginning and how you're guided to act, because this seems to be like a very high position, and you see your old ways are not going to work in this new beginning. I remember this 5 of Pentacles was so interesting. Let me pull out the guidebook with this, and you will love this 5 of Pentacles. It talks about how when Alice reached her queenhood, how she was still in this slack mentality. Hold on. There we go. So it says, after Alice becomes a queen, so this is what your card looks like, right? So after Alice becomes a queen, she finds herself before an arched doorway with the words Queen Alice in large letters. Despite her persistent knocking, no one answered the door. Alice asks a frog about the servant. Whose business is it to answer the door? He wants to know, what's it been asking of? Nothing, Alice says. I've been knocking at it. Shouldn't do that, vexes it. You know, let it alone and it'll let you alone, you know? In the text, Alice figures out that in terms of the queenhood, she's not just visiting, she is actually a queen. Like, this needs to settle in. She's not a servant, as queens serve no one but their own fancies, at least in the looking glass world. In the end, she simply opens the door and enters. In this image, we see that it is not always easy to claim our rights. Alice is in rags, hungry and ill, although she still has her crown. so she still has some connection with her sovereignty. The frog represents Alice's subconscious, animal fears and irrationality. The door symbolizes her path to the material and spiritual sustenance she needs. She knows where she needs to go, and she knows that she has a right, but some damaged part of her keeps denying herself any comfort. So don't take permission, act in your power, and don't feel that lack when you enter this new chapter of your life. Remember who you are, and remember where you are now, and remember your rights well. And don't ever forget or be afraid to claim, or be embarrassed to claim what is yours. Go get what is yours. Don't take permission. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. Stand in your power is what your reading is showing you. One of your biggest cards is Thor. Stand in your power. Your energy will be revived. Everyone will be talking about you and celebrating you soon. So stand in that power. Don't be ashamed. Yes, you're a modest person, but it's time for you to now shine and say no when it's time to say no, and say yes when it's time for your yes. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I wish you the best of luck in your new chapter. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. As you know, today we're taking a look at a message that is meant to find you right now. These are the decks that I'll be using in your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, oh, this one moved. Let's take it. And also, I feel drawn to this one. It moved along as well. So I'll be taking these 2 cards. As I was saying, if you're interested in knowing the names of any of these decks, you'll find that I always list them down in the description box for you guys. All right, so let's pull out your tea leaves first before we begin looking at your oracle cards. Ooh, looks like there are 3 timing cards that are popping out for you. So I'm gonna take these as well as these that popped out. Ooh, and you've got a green card that revealed itself. A lot of tea leaves, never mind it. Tea leaves are awesome. So how many tea leaves do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's divide them into 2. And we can even use this as the first half, and then this one as the second half of the reading. Okay. Oh, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Lodalite. Your significator card is the antelope and wheat with the keyword nourishment. And of course, if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Cancer, Virgo, Aries, and Libra. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. They're, oop, the Emperor popped out. So yeah, let's put your zodiac signs to the side and make way for the reading, the cards. So since this Emperor popped out, I will be honoring that. And I will place it right under the antelope and wheat. Looks like there's something about a territory. You're managing an empire that's bringing a lot of... Wheat represents wealth, a lot of results, wealth to you. Something of that nature. You've got... Ooh, the Fehu rune. This is the rune of abundance. Abundance, wealth. Really nice. All right. You've got the Manaz rune. Okay. Yeah, definitely feel like you're going to be running an empire because of the Manaz rune is like interdependence. So, which is what we're seeing here is the rune of man. So I do see you managing a lot of people. It's funny, pile 1 had something to do with position. If you were drawn to pile 1, I highly recommend it. Something about today's energy with empire, position, things like that. And you've got protection. Really nice. Okay. You've got the month of December. Seems like the month of December is a very important month to you. You will be seeing a lot of, I don't know, changes or something. Roots, reconnection. Wow, okay. Right. It's like you've been planting the seeds for something and now it's going to harvest in December. All of the hard work that you've previously put in is now going to flourish, is now going to harvest. You've got the month of November. So the next 2 months, if you're watching this now, are key for you. If you're watching this later, they're simply representing the next 2 months for you. Are key. They're 2 key months. You've got dark man dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. You've got dog, far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. How can I place that? Well, November, I can place it this way, and that gives us a lot of space. Right. Okay, so cool. Let's now take a look at your tarot cards. Ooh, so you've got the 4 of Wands. There seems to be a level up here, a huge level up going on in your life. You've got the King of Wands, lovely. You've got the Star card, powerful cards. The 6 of Cups. And let's just stop there for a moment and get a good grasp of this energy, because I see you in the next 2 months specifically really moving powerfully in a very favorable direction with the Star card. I see you doing your own thing, walking to the beats of your own drum. I see you super passionate. I see you powerful. I see you capable of handling powerful energy easily, that maybe others aren't able to handle as smoothly as you in this next chapter of your life, in the next 2 months. I see you moving powerfully, acting as a strong leader, and being a protector to others, as well as your actions seem to be protecting you with every step. Every step you take is a solid foundation and solid protection to the things that shall happen next. 6 of Cups signifies growth sometimes. So in the next 2 months, you will see some type of growth that will nearly weird you out. Because all of a sudden we see, after all of the hard work and the roots building properly, a tree comes out. And I know that's not how things work. It's just how I'm envisioning it when I see these cards and I see these cards. And the wheat is harvested in huge amounts. And so I am envisioning some time, because I had a thought at the very beginning of your reading when I looked at this card and I saw a huge emphasis on the roots. I thought to myself, boy, this pile has been waiting for a long time because the roots were being planted in. And so they probably put in a lot of work that for a long time they didn't see sprout. And so with the abundance here, the wheat, the tree, I'm seeing that suddenly in the next 2 months, you will go from what's going on? Why aren't things working? What's going on? To huge growth. You constantly come across as a huge leader who's taking care of many others. Maybe you have your own business, maybe you're a team leader, or maybe you're about to be promoted as a team leader, a manager. And with that, your salary is increasing and you're increasing the company's income. Or, like I said, you have your own business and that is going to bring you a lot of wealth. And you're going to be leading a team that may start out small but solid, and then it will grow into a huge team. You will have your empire soon. And this empire will bring you a lot of wealth. So the two main grand energies of this reading of the next 2 months is that I'm seeing you become a leader of some sort, leading many others. In fact, I believe Dark Man talks about the energy of man, because Manaz is man. Here we have man. So you've got the energy of man a lot in your reading, making me feel like you're leading many people. The other big energy is the blessings that I've been talking about, the wealth, the abundance, the money, the gain, and so on, which we see with the wheat. So yeah, these are the two grand energies, along with, of course, you're leading this in the next 2 months. The energy is talking about how you've worked so hard to set a foundation. You might have been thinking, is this not working? And suddenly, bam, a tree shows up. Something big shows up, which shows us that although you may not have been seeing any results, but you've been building and building and building strong foundations so that you can carry the type of energy that will manifest in this present moment or in the next 2 months, the type of abundance that's coming. So you can handle this type of abundance so that you can play your role right in this organization or in this structure, whatever it is. Okay, and I feel like with protection, something about your foundation, the things you've built in the last months, last years, depending on how this resonates with you, will be the very thing that protects you, because the foundations are very strong. They're allowing you to carry the abundance and the type of things that will happen next. So yes, big things ahead for you, my dear pile number 2. Dog far away and flag. I'm not sure what this is saying. A distant friend is thinking of you. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. I do not yet know what this is talking about, but we will find out in due time. This is just the beginning of your reading. But you know, before we take another roll, why don't we actually ask, what are these 2 cards representing as your message that you're meant to hear? The Fool card, the Judgment card, announcement or something. You'll be hearing some news, and this news will take you to great heights. This news will make you begin a new journey, right? Page of Pentacles, as well as the 9 of Pentacles. One more card, and the Strength card. looks like you have a strong connection with someone or something, like a strong connection with your dog, a strong connection with a friend, a parent, someone who means a lot to you. And as this announcement happens, you'll be busy embarking on this new journey. You're taking your first steps to something that you're very excited about, very thirsty almost towards. You're trying to grow something that you're passionate about. You have a dream, a vision that you want to create. So I'm seeing as the message that is meant to reach you, that as you're getting this abundance, this 9 of Pentacles, and you are taking care of many people, so you're very busy, there is this message of don't forget to take care of the dear, loyal ones to you. That could literally be your dog, literally be your lion, just kidding. But you know, your best friend, some strong connection that you have. Don't lower your standards with that. As you're busy, that could be the danger, you know? That could be the danger here with this new busyness, with this new announcement, with this new heights that you're going, this excitement that you're so focused on. Don't ignore this connection. This could be a lover in your life. This could be a friend, a dog, a pet. Someone important to you. So how are you guided amidst, just a quick guidance very quickly before we continue the message. What are you guided to do exactly? The Sun card, to see them, simply to make time to see them. 7 of Cups. See, 7 of Cups makes us feel here that it's something that's attainable. So this makes me feel like you're going to be very, very, very busy. And although it's unclear with the 7 of Cups how you're going to be able to see them, because you're trying to achieve something huge here. Perhaps you feel like this is going to be pressure. You know, this is one of the times where people would tell you, I don't have time for love. Or, I don't have time to see the dear ones to me. Whatever this is telling you that what you believe shall happen. If you believe that you will have time, even if it's a peek here and there, to see the near and dear, you will be able to do it. You'll find a way. If you imagine that you can't see them, that's exactly what's going to happen. And this is why this is a message that's meant to reach you. It's letting you know that this decision is up to you energetically. Because what you envision now, you shall see. So put this dear person or dear pet in your life as part of your vision. And so you shall be able to make it happen. So make sure it's part of your vision, because that could later turn into something tricky that you may not like, right? Maybe this person will not have time for you anymore, or maybe you won't have time to watch your pet grow or anything of that nature. You won't develop that dear connection with your pet, and so on. So yeah, that's the first, that's a specific message. It's a red flag here, like be careful with this person. Don't lose contact with your child, your parents, a dear friend, a lover, and so a pet, and so on. Okay, so let's continue with your message that you're meant to hear. I'll shuffle your deck and I'll be back. Okay, so let's continue your message. You've got the King of Cups. You've got the 8 of Swords. Oh, you're gaining access to something. You're finally gaining access to something that you couldn't access before. So something is opening up its doors to you. That could be like access to a market, access to a place, access to do business. Perhaps you're getting access for something. You've got the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something about you being stuck somewhere and now you're finally moving and getting access to it. And I see with the King of Cups that you will really be enjoying that in this within the next 2 months. Look at the ship again, the Three of Wands, the traveling maybe, or the access again. Something is launching because you finally have access. And I think if we can place one more card, and you've got the Four of Cups. Yeah, we do have space. Right. So your message is something around, we know you were a little upset, but believe us, you couldn't have access to this energy before because you were greatly protected by something you couldn't see. You have no idea how much it could have hurt you. And this was just our way of protecting you from having that access at that point of your time. Now the access is free. Four of Cups is a card of surprise. And so your message is you'll be surprised to see that things are now easy flowing, because energetically that has just opened its doors to you. And you're now able to take the benefit with the Four of Pentacles that you've always wanted to get as you were trying to get access to this energy. And now you're able to sail freely, to move in and out of it, to get in when you want to and to get out when you don't want to. It's really going to be completely up to you and the type of decisions that you make and what you prefer. See, King of Cups is what you will love, what you will enjoy, what you wish to indulge in is completely up to you. What do you feel like doing? What do you feel like enjoying? This energy is easily accessible to you. And now is the time for you to enjoy it freely and in a way that is safe for you, because it seems like the most important thing was to keep you safe from something. May I ask what you were being protected from? Like what was dangerous before as opposed to now? What are you being protected from? Yeah, the dog. There's something about great protection. It's like nobody's touching pile number 2. I really feel that. So what are you being protected from? Seven of Cups. Things that you cannot even imagine. It's outside of your scope. You haven't yet learned about it. Yeah, you see the Fool card. See, this is a new beginning to you. This is a new journey to you, it seems. Yes, you're growing. Yes, you're powerful. Yes, you're wise. And yes, you will be guided step by step. Just like the type of information you need, just like an expert would do it. So, although you're not an expert with the Fool card, but you will be guided in the same manner that experts would do it, right? So you will always have the right information at the right time. That's going to be inevitable in your reading, as I can see. But at the same time, there's some innocence to you, because I did see with the Page of Pentacles. Remember the innocence of the Page of Pentacles? I'm not sure if you remember it. The one that was moving towards the white flower. So there is this innocence to you at the end of the day. Yes, powerful. Yes, wise. But so new to this opening of this energy. Whether it's traveling or a new market opening up or new love. Who knows? You're new to this. And because you're new, you have no idea what you're standing on. that the very thing you sometimes can depend on can turn and change. And what type of powers are behind this? You cannot yet imagine it, but the universe is vast and it has all types of energies. And so you're greatly being protected from seeing things that is unnecessary for you to see it. Types of energies that you're not meant to see. They're underground now. It could be a type of corruption, maybe. It could be a type of people, who knows? It could be a type of destruction that you are not supposed to collide, let's say, with. No need. And so this is a time that was protecting you from major energies that were at play during that time. And now you can come powerfully and have access to that energy without it harming you when you didn't know better. The Fool card shows me that you were much more maybe naive back then than you are now. You are much stronger. It shows that you're much stronger. You're much more aware of many things that you weren't before. You're equipped with more things as well that you weren't equipped with before. So it just wasn't the time, and there were things looked so rosy to you when really, yes, it was real. The roses are real. But that wasn't just the only energy there. There were many things that you were not aware of that could have been dangerous. Okay, so that's what you were being protected from, and that's what you are still being protected from, because protection is the name of the game in your reading. It's one of the powerful energies that we keep seeing. You were protected and you will continue to be protected. So just trust your guidance with each step that you take. So what are we seeing? We're seeing a huge level up in your life, full of abundance and an access, easy access to type of energy. How about we ask, what is this access? You're getting access to what? And let's see the different energies that come out for the collective. Queen of Pentacles, easy access to achieving your dreams, easy access to wealth, easy access to building your dreams, right? So that's there. Easy access, the Tower card. Hold on, what is easy access with the Tower card? Easy access to saving something important in your life. You know, what is easy access to saving something important? You know how when something goes wrong in life and there are other people or other things that can help you fix it, but sometimes you're like, I know how to fix it, I just don't have access to that, and I don't know why I'm not able to have access to that. So that's like having access to healthcare, for example, or having access to a way to make a living, or having access to education, right? You know that you can become an expert at something, but you're not able to get the grades or get access to the university or that learning center that you want, whatever it is. So you were, for some of you, there was chaos in your life and you knew that you wanted to just get access to something because you know if you got access to it, this will be solved. And so now you're getting access to that, which will help you contain and save that which you feel is falling apart, right? For some of you, you're gaining access to education. We did see that with the, I guessed that with the Tower card because it's a card of illumination. So yeah, getting access to the type of education that you want. Saving something, gaining access to save something, gaining access to education, gaining access to the tools to help you achieve your dreams and your wealth. Another energy that we see here, gaining access to having children with the Empress. Gaining access, to having children. Maybe you're like, but I've been trying to conceive a child, or we were trying to have a child. It wasn't happening. That's starting to happen. Yeah, we did see the Six of Cups. This could be children as well. Yes. So you're trying to get a child. That's happening. What else is there for the collective? Ace of Wands. An idea was brimming in your mind. It was growing. And now you get to have access to making this idea come to life. And finally, to pursuing your passions, by the way, with the Ace of Wands. The access to pursue your passions. And finally, transformation, the access to transform yourself and your life. The access to be able to transform yourself and your life in the way that you want. So these are the different things that I am seeing for this pile. Finally getting access to something. So these could be related or not, but they are definitely something that you're meant to know about the next phase of your life, these next 2 months. Let me shuffle your deck and come back with the last row and the last message that you're meant to hear. So, what is the message that is meant to find you right now? The last part. The Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Hanged Man, and let's pull out the last card, the High Priestess. Well, the last message that you're meant to hear, it's obvious and evident from the Hanged Man and the High Priestess, that's just the beginning. After these next 2 months, that there's like a sort of unzipping to your new world. You're just getting a peek right now regarding the next 2 months. There's so much that will be revealed about this launch specifically, about this new beginning that you're starting. Perhaps the next year, if you're watching this now, or in the months after that, if you're watching this later. So all I can tell you that you're meant to hear right now is that there is a lot of abundance, and it is the end of a specific heartache and mind ache when it comes to many people bothering you. It seems like you will be moving away from perhaps a toxic environment, or you won't have to worry anymore about the nags and the irritations of some people in your life. I feel like you're going to be far busier, or maybe even somewhere else altogether, depending on how this resonates with you. Maybe you're changing teams, and maybe this is about your team, because the energy of people is in your reading. So maybe you'll be changing teams. What is the Ten of Swords representing here? Five of Wands, like people who are playing games with you. So I would invite you to ask, who is it that is bugging me in my life right now? Who do I need to constantly play mind games with? Five of Wands. Who do I struggle with? Five of Wands is sometimes even competition. Like, do you have some people who are competing with you? Maybe this is like someone or some people in a department next to you. It doesn't have to be work. It could be your family. It could be your friends. It could be your neighbors. Some people competing with you and really irritating you. Ten of Swords is the end of that. Your message that you're meant to know right now is that that's the end of some type of people in your life that's bringing you a lot of mental pain. That is goodbye. There's more that you will uncover. So many magical things that you will uncover in your journey as you go ahead. But you're moving in the direction of abundance, luxury, Queen of Pentacles, living a world that you dream of, a world that you love. And luxury is different from one person and the other listening. Some people, luxury means money and wealth and like buying expensive things. Some people, luxury is having the luxury of peace of mind, having the luxury of not having to do things that you don't want to do, having the luxury to stop and smell the roses, you know? So it depends on what luxury is to you. Is it all of the things mentioned? It's really up to how you define luxury. So this is a time of great abundance, luxury, fulfillment, watching your dreams happen. Fasten your seatbelts. It's a great time for you. My dear pile number 2, you'll be protected. Now's the time where you can finally have access to it without the dangers that were there previously. And that's just the beginning of your journey. If you're watching this now, the next year is nothing short of magic. And if you're watching this later, these next 2 months are a form of a launch for you. And later on, there's so much that will be revealed to you that you will not even believe. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you the best of luck from my heart. May you enjoy this next chapter of your life. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. As you know, today we're taking a look at a message that is meant to find you right now. I think this one. So these are the decks that I'll be using in your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them down in the description box for you. But very quickly before we begin, let me introduce your pile. So your crystal, actually it's this one, is the beautiful green moss agate. Your significator card is the hare and oak with the keywords new opportunities. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile, let's pull out this timing card. This one as well as this one is standing out. All right. Then in that case, the signs for this pile are Sagittarius, Gemini, Taurus, and Pisces. Welcome to your reading. In the last pile, they've got a lot of tea leaves. I put some here and I forgot all about them. We're not going to do that in this pile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Exactly equal. Let's place them here. Not going to forget them this time. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Right, let's get on with your reading already. We'll start off with your oracle cards. So you've got guardedness. There we go. It's such a cute yet profound card, this guardedness. It really shows how a dragon is about to launch off and find its power. Imagine a dragon trying to hide itself. It's gonna grow into being something huge. Okay, so it's right in conjunction with new opportunities. You've got the vulva. Oof, this is the witch in Norse mythology. So this is big energy here. Huge energy here. You've got Thunderbird with vision. Thunderbird vision with, Trailblazer. Speak about a dragon that's about to find its force. Okay, very, very cool. Okay. New opportunities and Trailblazer. Okay, you've got the month of October. If you're watching this now, this represents this month, obviously. And you've got May, from October to May. Ooh, so cool. And you've got Torch, spiritual, like this is the third spiritual card. Thunderbird, I remember, was a spiritual card. We'll read it together. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So there's, first of all, huge progress coming up in 2 areas. In the area of a new opportunity in your life, as well as in the area of spiritual development. So this bracket seems to be very important. It's a time of change. 5-5. Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance, which is kind of what I'm seeing here. And finally, you've got tortoise, the hare and the tortoise. How interesting. Slowly but surely getting ahead. And I feel like we're very lucky in this reading because we do have a time bracket of what does slowly but surely ahead means. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards, at least the first row, so that we have a full picture of what the message that is meant to find you right now is trying to say. I wasn't planning on all these cards, but I'm just going to take them. I'll trust the process. Oh my, your reading is full of information. Right, I'm just going to trust the process. We'll keep it to the side. And we use tarot cards all the time, so nothing wrong with that. So you've got the Hanged Man. Yeah, you are taking a chance on something, aren't you? Between these two times, taking a chance on something. Yeah. You're coming out of safety, it looks. The 6 of Cups. Timing. Again, the bracket. Okay. You've got the 2 of Swords. Maybe you're teaming up with someone. And the 2 of Pentacles. Might. The probabilities are still building. 2 of Pentacles, right? So 2 and 2 is like you're in between. It might happen, it might not happen. It's really all in your hands. Right? You've got the 10 of Swords. And you've got the 7 of Pentacles. Let's now pause and take a good look at what your cards are trying to show us, what your message is. I do see that you will be, from October to May, embarking on a new journey. It does not mean that it's going to end in May, but just as the Trailblazer suggests, it looks like you're taking a chance on something. You are a highly spiritual person, which we will get to in a moment. Your intuition, also your vision, is telling you to go another direction. You're kind of like, oh, should I actually change directions? And this is a big move. I feel like you are a little bit worried, and you are going to, in fact, bring something down in order to create a possibility for something else to happen. So that's a huge move. That's a bold move. I don't see you necessarily that afraid, actually. I changed my mind about that just a little bit. It does look to me as a reader as scary, but you seem to be bold, actually. You're like, I'm gonna do this, and you're so focused, and something inside of you is telling you that there's nothing more right than this move that you will be taking this month. Like the leaves are falling, the seasons are changing, and you're like, I'm making this move. My life is changing with this new step. And it seems like from October to May, something like the setup of this trail, set up for something to work in the way you envision it. So we're hearing the time ticking, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, and every minute this probability becomes a reality, minute after minute, hour after hour. As long as you're so spiritually focused on this vision. And look, you're making major moves here with the Ten of Swords. You're like, I'm dropping all of this. I'm making all of this drown just because I really believe in this vision. It's yet empty with these empty chairs, but you're like, I know I can make this happen. And so between October and May, you're building it with the Seven of Pentacles. This makes me want to... Yeah, you feel like you want something here. There is a specific goal for sure. It could be money, it could be goals, it could be love. It's something that you want in your life. And I feel like you're like, with a trailblazer, you're like, you can really see it. And you're making this bold move. Maybe it's a move that no one has ever done before, or no one in your family or entourage, or... Your story seems different somehow. I don't know how yet, but you seem to be a huge power that even you don't know about. There is a rising dragon that is about to find out that they're dragon. Obviously they don't, because they're hiding. They're afraid. If they knew who they were, they wouldn't be hiding, would they? So, or maybe you're still yet to grow so that you would be hiding no more, right? So let's read what this trailblazer is all about. Thunderbird vision, trailblazer. It is said that the Thunderbird is one of the highest spiritual beings. I told you there's something highly spiritual. Told you also that this card is highly spiritual. So, is one of the highest spiritual beings, joining us from the west in the spring to bring thunderstorms and rain. The medicine of Thunderbird appears today to shake up the path you thought you had to take. And there is a huge shake-up for sure. But I feel like you're the one who's making that shake-up. It's time for a redirection with your heart and spirit leading the way. And that's exactly what's happening here. Get out of your mind. It cannot bring you where you need to go. Thunderbird is asking you to drop down into the ancient wisdom of your body and soul, knowing, I really feel this is what's going on here. You are here to create a new way, to be on a trailblazer, and your ancestors are cheering you on. Evaluate the ways you have been conditioned to follow the status quo. Look at the ways that the systems at play have influenced your thinking and ways of being. Thunderbird soars before you with power and vision, helping you to drop your attachment to going along with the crowd as a follower and chart your own course. Yeah, I told you there's something different in your story, remember? And boy, are you going to be bold. And you're not even afraid here to go in a different way. And this will allow you to discover who you really are, that you are in fact different from your crowd somehow. You are a unique being. I was just saying. And a new way is being birthed through you. The thunder being is calling you into courage as you rise into this calling. Others are waiting and watching for this trail to emerge. It's like others will follow you once you... Perhaps that's what the Two of Swords is. You're a trailblazer. You see, the Two of Swords is not being able to see ahead. And so you break into something... And so you allow others to now see it, see this new way of doing something. Others are waiting and watching for this trail to emerge. Like Thunderbird, you leave stardust behind you, dropping bursts of inspiration for others to follow. Wow. Oh my God. Definitely a pioneer here in this reading. So this message that is meant to find you right now is telling you to follow this movement, follow your intuition, follow that vision. And yes, you can't see ahead, but the more you follow it, the more something big is being formed here for you. And don't be afraid to bring the past down in favor of something that you know you can build, something that you can pioneer. And your guidance here is don't rush towards it. Take it easy and take it slow from October to May. Slowly but surely. Take your time to establish things, to build things, to set the path, to build this path brick by brick. And as you build a brick, take that step. And build the next brick, then take the next step. You don't have to wait for the whole trail to be paved. You can move as you build, or as you, what is it called? As you make way. But moving slowly is your fastest way towards this abundance, whatever abundance means to you. And the reading is leaving it open. It says perhaps love, perhaps money, perhaps goals, a specific goal, or maybe a couple of many goals. So whatever this path is, your spiritual light is really leading the way. So there's something quite unique about this path. Moving in a direction that maybe no one dares to move towards. You're taking bold steps that maybe not many are bold enough to take like you. You have that open-mindedness, wise old soul energy to you, highly spiritual. And you can hear the calling almost. It's like, go in this direction, pile number 3. I'm joking, but it could be for real. It doesn't have to sound like that. But I feel like you can almost hear a calling. You feel it so strong that it's making you feel bold. That you're like, I know that this is my message. I just know I'm meant to go in this direction. And your reading is saying, so you know, and this message is coming here to confirm this knowing that you know. It's letting you know that you are meant to, in fact, pursue this idea or pursue this direction. Because only through that direction will you discover who you really are. And that makes me wonder. I want to discover, before we move on, who you really are, because that seems to be a huge part of the reading. Through this path, you will discover your powers, who you really are. So what are your powers and who are you? The 3 of Cups, you're someone who's meant to open up the door of opportunities for others, for yourself first, and then to others with the 3 of Cups. A pioneer. The Hierophant, this is Dura Lex, said Lex, which means that the law is harsh, but it is the law. I'm not sure. Let's look at the rest of the cards. You've got the 7 of Swords, because we're asking, who are you? And what are your powers? The Knight of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. As well as the 6 of Wands. You're someone who's meant to create great success. And create great harvest. Find a great harvest. Or achieve harvest. Sow your harvest. So, what are your powers and who are you? A teacher. A teacher by example. Who is actually not afraid to do the hard things that you included and everyone would perceive as harsh, to learn how to grasp over that power, to have a grasp over that power. And so you will find out soon that you are someone who has the power and the boldness to do many things that others would perceive as harsh, maybe even you now. And I do not see that you see this coming at all, but you will find out just how powerful you are. You will be regarded amongst those who are courageous and are able to do what seems like scary things that others can't do. You will be the example of like a savvy person who look at pile number 3 and how they're able to do all these scary things. Oh my God, I can't imagine myself do that. So if this is a business, for example, then you will be seen as someone who's bold and able to make bold moves and bold contracts. Yes, of course, with the Hierophant, they're educated moves. Make no doubt about it. With this legal person, they will be well studied, well protected, and you name it. But it's still a bold move. And escape the dangers and come out into the other side, into the light. You will be seen and you will have the patience of, you will have the virtue of being patient, to study things carefully, you're not rushing, which is the name of the game here, the name of your energy. You're learning that now, not to rush, to take things easily. And the intelligence is not about having it right now. The intelligence is about making sure that when it does begin, or that when it does launch, when it does happen, that everything is ready. And if it's not ready, you have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D. So your rise up to the moment of launch with the Ace of Pentacles, like you are ready for everything and everything in between, for when something begins, so that you win it victoriously. You win it with huge success to get all of the benefits that you want from the situation. So that is the exact power that I see being explained. And in this manner, you teach others how to open doors and how to open opportunities for themselves. So you're definitely going to be a trailblazer, a pioneer in every way, maybe even throughout your whole life. And that is due to your spiritual prowess before anything else. That is the light that gives you that boldness, that gives you that power. So again, what are you going to do? You're able to open opportunities, bold ones that seem like they're scary, they're harsh, by studying them well, by moving slowly. It's not about short-term gratification. It's not about a hit now. It's about the joy of moving slowly, studying it, being equipped, having the right people on board, like lawyers and whatever is needed, which is guaranteed to always take you to the other side, to the light, for you to begin something properly and get the success out of it. That's exactly how you are described with the dragon in this trailblazer, and how you're able to make things happen. So my dear pile number 3, you're going to be a pioneer. And something is forming right now as we're speaking, should you decide to make the first move and take it slowly and build things. Although they're not there yet, they're empty, but you know that that's the right move. You should get rid of this, you should do that, you should take it step by step. You're not rushing. You're all about making slow moves that are risk-free and are solid. Okay, we'll put this into the deck later. But yeah, so far, that's the message that I see that is meant to find you right now. Let's complete and find out more in your reading. So you've got the Five of Wands, the King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, the Five of Swords. And the King of Cups. Look at the Wheel of Fortune. For something to come up, something will go down. And there you go, the down and the surprise with the King of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. But then we also have another card here. You see, something taken for some new energy, valuable energy to come into your life with the Queen of Cups, which is the repetition, the synchronicity in your reading. So look, and look at that. The King of Cups is saying up, from the bottom up, and something from up down. So there's a huge shift here, just like the movement of the windmill, a huge shift. But this shift is making something work automatically. This initial struggle of going, oh no, and then a high, oh no, it's going up, oh great. You know, the up and the down that's going on here is making something else move that is going to work automatically for you. It's almost like the up and the down are parents, yin and yang, and they will birth a new child for you. So don't really focus much on what's going up and what's going down in your life as you're paving the way for yourself and others. These are just temporary things, and they're making something far more important start moving. A major surprise that will come as a result of this up and down energy. And that new energy will allow for things, whatever this is, love, money, goals, for that energy that you are seeking to happen and work automatically in your life. I just heard in my mind, you will never work a day in your life. And that doesn't have to be like work in your real work, or it could be. But what I'm intuitively feeling that is talking about, you will never have to work a day in your life to get that energy any longer. It's just going to happen automatically for you. It's just going to be there normally, and you won't have to struggle for it anymore. So your reading is saying, allow for the up to go up and enjoy it. Allow for the down to go down and let it be, you know, and allow for this natural change of energy to happen. In no way during that up or down will you be in any difficult position. But this energy is teaching you the boldness and is allowing you to find out who you truly are. Someone who is not afraid of anything. Someone who is able to handle everything. And as this is coming down, even before you slap your hands on your forehead, you are going to get a huge surprise. That surprise will be the thing that allows things to work for you naturally. You probably want guidance on this lack energy when things go down. The 5-5, look at that. The 5-5 is the minute this way that you're creating is going to actually work. So since that's the case, since that is the birth, as your reading is explicitly showing us, the 5-5-5, I want to ask, what is your guidance in this moment? Number 2, what's going to happen? How are you going to be saved in the nick of time, before anything happens to you, as you can see here? In the nick of time, a surprise, like ding dong, ding dong. So what is going to happen here? a transformation. That's the death card. A transformation to the situation. Transmutation of the situation. The bad will turn into an opportunity. And that's what your card is saying, new opportunities. Which means that a new opportunity is being birthed into your life. You're currently pregnant with it, so to speak. And as you're going on this path, the minute things go down is the minute of the birth of this opportunity, where you go, oh my God, I thought this was going to be the end. It turned out to be the biggest opportunity of my life. So expect things to change in a major way. I would say in a crazy way in May. And right at that moment where you go, oh no, is that moment where you will think, where things will change, and you will go, oh yes, oh yes. Oh, yes! So what is your guidance during that time? When things hit down, Knight of Swords is the mind. Have faith. The Knight of Swords never loses faith. Have faith and remember this message that was meant to find you today, right now. Have faith. And the Eight of Pentacles. Don't pay that much attention to it. You're good. Yeah, there is news. Yeah, there is this. Yeah, there is that. But you're privileged. You are in a good place. Eight of Pentacles is actually saying you've worked hard. You've gained mastery. You've gained understanding. You're equipped with so many things. Let's say money, experience. Maybe people love you. One thing, or popularity, who knows? One thing or the other. You are equipped with maybe even many things. And so don't worry about this news at all. It's not about you. And I heard in my mind, like always. So perhaps you're used to that. Who knows? You are a highly spiritual person. So yeah. My dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see as your message that is meant to find you right now. I wish you the best of luck with this journey that you're getting on. You're now forming something that will, in May, will be the birth of something totally new, totally different, that will keep giving to you the same energy forever that you once struggled to have. So long as there are winds in our world, you will always have this energy. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next reading.